Welcome to today's 5 on 5. I'm NBC5's Jennifer Elliott, and right now I'm joined by the Director of Medford Parks and Rec, Brian Sjothun. Brian, thank you for coming.
My pleasure.
It's wonderful having you here. Now, today you guys had a big event going on at U.S. Cellular Parks. Can you tell us about that?
Well, we basically just had an open house for folks, the media, our friends at the media, and our sponsors and council and policymakers to come out and see the construction of Phase 4.
Now, what is involved in Phase 4?
It's the construction of 3 more synthetic turf baseball, softball fields and a parking lot, extension of the road, a restroom. It's the last playing facilities that will be constructed at the park.
Wow, lots of work involved. Now, it makes a landmark for our region and for the world, even the sporting world. Can you explain more about what that is?
Well, we have field turf, synthetic turf surfacing, and according to Field Turf, which will have 1.2 million square feet of their product in at that park, it is the largest installation of synthetic turf in one park in the world. So we haven't quite verified that yet, but if our synthetic turf provider is touting it as that, we'll go ahead and count it because they want to have that feather in their cap too.
That's amazing. So it's been a big draw already also to the community. How has the U.S. Cellular Park impacted the local economy?
Well, it's we've got about $32 million into the facility once this phase is done, and as of July 31st of this year, we've generated $57 million of economic impact for the community, which is basically from June 1st, 2008, 6-year period in time. So it's been big for the local tourism, but it's been even bigger for our local leagues. That's what we built it for first and foremost, was the local leagues and the community. The tournament thing, I think, is a little bit more than anyone ever expected it to be.
What does it become? What's the tournament become?
Well, yeah, that's where all the economic impact is, and all of our tournaments are sold out, a lot of times months in advance. People from as far south as Southern California and as far north as Alaska have been here for either a Western national event, a soccer tournament. Our local baseball and softball tournaments bring folks from Northern California and as far north as the Seattle area. But most of our market is the Portland metro area that come down and discover really how wonderful Southern Oregon is.
It truly is. We're going to take a quick break and we'll have more for you right after this. Stick around. Welcome back to today's 5 on 5. Right now I'm joined by the Director of Medford Parks and Recreation, Brian Sjothun. Again, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And we've been talking about the U.S. Cellular fields and how much work has gone into them. Now, when are the fields expected to be completed, these last fields?
October 9th is when we will have a ribbon cutting, and then folks will be out there. We have a very, very large girls fast-pitch softball tournament. 70-plus teams will be in town that weekend. So we're going to open Phase 4 that weekend, and then we're going to close it down for the remainder of the calendar year to kind of finish up the landscaping. And then once 2015 rolls around, we'll have a lot of special events out there.
That's wonderful. Now, you guys are in charge of a lot of other projects around the area. What are some of those?
Well, we're not only Parks and Recreation, but we're facilities as well. So we maintain all the city facilities, parking garages, and in charge of all the capital improvement projects. So our staff is managing the new Medford Police Station and the fire station construction as well. What
goes into creating those projects and implementing them?
A lot of planning and a lot of great staff folks that do that, and teamwork, and having a council that has some vision to be able to provide the funding sources for those things, and to be able to provide some great facilities for the community, our police, our fire safety personnel to make us even a safer community.
Now, getting back to the park, the field park, U.S. Cellular Field, is that going to be able to allow more people to come in? How many teams can now use the fields?
Well, we estimate that we can have, depending on the event, anywhere from 10 to 18 additional teams. Like I said, most of our events are sold out, so this will allow us to bring more of those folks to town. The only thing that's holding us back now is hotel rooms. So it used to be the only thing holding them back was the amount of space, field space, but we have to be really cognitive of making sure that we schedule on weekends where there's not a lot of other things going on, so people don't have a negative experience about not having a hotel space or something else.
So if the community would like to go and use the park, how can they do that?
They can just go out and use it. Not phase 4 yet, but US Cellular Community Park is open to anyone. They can go out there and use the facility, which has been really, really nice. Folks, we get a lot of compliments that we don't close it off like other communities do or schools do.
Now, is there a website they can visit?
Sure, playmedford.com. We'll get you right to our city website, and then sportsmedford.com gets you directly to the US Cellular Community Park website.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Brian.
Thanks
for joining us. It was great having you here.
Thanks.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll have more for you right after this.